Evening, I'd like to call the City Council meeting to order. We are at 5 Oaks at 1200 North Worcester. It is 7:11, and I'd like the city clerk to take roll call, please.
Mayor Weil,
Present.
Chairman Pro Tem Baldwin,
Here.
Councilmember Clark,
Here.
Councilmember Carl,
Here.
Councilmember Knox.
Here.
Next item, please.
Item 2, communications.
You have nothing. Let's go on to the next item.
Item 3, city manager's report.
All right, good evening, everyone. So first up, because we did not meet 2 weeks ago, we're gonna have both the staff reports and the typical update on the Olive Crossing. So as we've been saying the last several months, all of the site improvements are complete. As is lot 4, which is the apartment complex. And I've been notified as of yesterday, they have 106 units leased, which is 58.6% of the building. So they are leasing quickly. The next is lot 3. This is where Paris Baguette and Smoothie King are expected to go. The developer had asked for an extension of their site plan, and that was granted by the Planning and Community Development Director. That extension has been approved until the end of June in order to get building permits. And those building permits have been issued, and they're ready to go. So it's up to the developer to start digging in the ground. And lastly, the developer lets us know that he is discussing with possible tenants that remaining vacant retail space. Lots 1 and 2 are the Aldi. The consolidation plat was approved by the council and came in actually today and was signed. So the developer can go and get that recorded. Comments on the permits were released late last week. They expect construction to begin July of this year and opening in March of 2025 for the Aldi. And then there are no further updates on lot 5, which is the office building, nor are there any updates for the hotel on lot 6. And then moving on, we have some upcoming events. Currently, this week is the large bulk trash collection. So you will see Republic Services out the rest of this week, picking up any bulk trash. Neighbors and residents are encouraged to leave their items out front. If the truck doesn't get to you on a particular day, they will come back. There's only so much room in the truck. So they will make a pass through the entire city. Next, April 27th is the prescription take back day. The police department always has a bin that anyone can put unwanted and unused medications in. It's located in Olivet City Center. But the big push and the big advertising day, to get people to look through their medicine cabinets is Saturday, April 27th from 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Come on by City Hall. You can put your medications in that bin and they will be disposed of properly. And then mark your calendars for Saturday, May 4th at Stacy Park is going to be this year's Party in the Park. There'll be free activities from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. There'll be a DJ, inflatables, photo booth, food vendors. So we invite the community to come out and party in the park. And then lastly, I just always encourage everybody to sign up for the Olivet Weekly to stay up to date on all the kinds of things that are happening in the city of Olivet. Are there any questions from the council?
This one?
No, ma'am.
No questions. Great. Are you gonna go straight into staff reports?
Hello?
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
So first up is the fire department. So two young ladies from Old Bonham, they won, I think there was a PTO event. They won a ride to school in the fire truck. And so actually Sonali was the winning student and she chose her friend Ashok to go to school. They got to have donuts in the fire truck and they got to be driven around the city before they were dropped off at Old Bonham School. So what a way to start the day.
In the fire truck.
And then, Parks and Recreation. So youth baseball has begun, and I just want to give a shout out to the Parks crews who hauled in 1,000 pounds of infield dirt in order to level out the fields at Stacy and Morrison Parks and make them playable, even if we get some rain so that there's not ponding in the parks and in the infield. And then here's a list of some upcoming events for various things happening through Parks and Rec. April 26th is the native plant workshop. April 27th is the native plant sale here where we're at Five Oaks. I understand that that is something that individuals should come early because they often sell out. And then a variety of other things that are going on. And I would encourage everybody to scan the QR code for additional things happening, not only here at Five Oaks, but throughout the parks. Now, a little sad news, longtime planning and community design commissioner, Carol Wagner, she has been serving for 22 years on PCDC. She's retiring as of May 2nd. And so if you know Carol, please wish her well in her retirement. She has certainly seen a lot of change throughout the city of Olivet during her time. So we may have, I think the planning commission, PCDC is gonna do something for her and we may be able to have a proclamation for her up here at the council too, as well. The police department, again, the rape aggression defense program is going to be held in June and it's a very popular program to teach women basic self-defense techniques. Signups are gonna open up late in May. We encourage everybody to watch the Olivet Police Department social media. They'll put out when that sign up is available. And then 2 distinguished officers were recognized for their longevity. So Major Dave Berry, who was here, he's here. And for 30 years of service to the city of Olivet. And then Detective Schneider for 35 years, and he is retiring in June. So we will again get to recognize his years of service for the police department. And last but not least, Public Works. So this is one of the retaining walls in the Indian Meadows projects, park project at Centennial Greenway. They're about 95% done with all of the walls and the backfilling. The storm sewers are about 50% complete. And then they expect grading for the trail to start in early May. And then just kind of on the lighter side of things, Public Works went to go fix this failing asphalt patch. And what they discovered, they really thought that that patch was going to be failing because a manhole was under there. That is not the case. It was a truck mud flap. Don't ask me how I got there, but it's kind of a little lighter side of things that happen in the city of Olivet.
Fun times in public works.
Yeah.
Yep, fun times in Public Works. And then I did not update your upcoming meetings, but I can tell you that your next council work session is May 7th, and all of the updated meetings are on the city calendar. So any questions? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item 5, monthly financial report, March 2024.
I'll stand up and give it here. That's okay. Good. For our financial report for the 9 months of our fiscal year, we have, we're gonna see revenue below our expectations about 650,000, and then expenditures below by 700,000. Most of those bigger numbers that we're hearing there due to where we're here today with at Five Oaks. The sales taxes are showing a little bit of, continue to show weakness. Just a second, as far as reserve policy goes, well in compliance there, we can see about $4.5 million left on that green bar. And then, to kind of summarize what we said here, sales taxes a little bit slow, property taxes are protested taxes are a little high. So they're showing a little behind, but I think they're gonna make budget. Utility taxes, right where we thought they would be, which is great news. We've struggled with those in the past. Parks and Rec revenue, is down from where we thought. The expenditures also matched down from where we thought due to the late open. That remaining category is, really showing strength, and that's any of the other outside of those, three of our general fund revenue sources. On the expenditure side, things are right about where we would expect to be, again, given, some staff vacancies, some projects a little, slower than we had thought, and then again, hopefully, $5. Let's go down a couple, slides there, and there we go. We'll see our sales tax, graph that we've been paying attention to. The orange bar is where we're, talking about, and you can see it's even, we're gonna fast forward into April, we're only given a report for March. You can see April is also showing, weakness, and again, this will be something that we, expect to continue. And it'll be a major topic of discussion during, budget, obviously, it happens at a decent time of the year. We're gonna be able to get through this year, this fiscal year, without any major problems, but, we'll be able to plan for it as we go forward. I don't really have anything other, than that. Again, we're gonna be talking budget in a couple of weeks, and that'll be a discussion we continue with until June. So, any questions?
I do,
Good.
I do. Mr. Mann, in the report, it identifies the use tax is up. That's typically reflective of online sales tax. I'm sorry, online purchases and sales, correct?
That is where, online sales, that, the most contributors of a company we probably all use, yes.
Okay, so it's, you know, I'm not looking for an answer now, but the question will be is with budget, use tax up, but sales tax revenue is down.
Sure.
It's making me scratch my head just a little bit.
Sure, let's, go to page, 15, Jennifer, and it'll show, we do a detailed report that we don't talk about it very often, but it's really good, the scale of what we're talking about here. So the third line down is sales tax, fourth down line is use tax.
Mhm.
So of course, you know, yes, well, use taxes are up, use taxes are up. They're gonna make 125% of budget so far,
Mhm.
but look at the scale.
Mhm.
It just doesn't contribute as much. Now, it is I'm not gonna throw any of these away.
Mhm.
But it does, there's the offset. Yeah, for kind of a reference here, the sales tax line is negative $538,000 from where we thought.
Mhm.
We're losing about $100,000 a month on that, compared to where we thought. So next, if we're just fast forward this one line to next month, I would estimate we're gonna be, behind by about $600,000.
Okay,
And then the next month, if it continues, 700,000. If that use tax line goes up, you know, nothing, it all matters.
okay,
But the scale is very different from our use tax to our sales tax.
okay, okay.
And for, kind of a quick reference, what you referenced, that's what a lot of people think of use tax. Another use tax that we don't, use tax contributor is business to business transactions. Our big, industrial parks are big contributors to our use tax. When a big company buys a die machine or a tooling machine, that's a use tax activity, not a sales tax activity. So that's one that people often forget when they go to the ballot box, that those are the people that pay a lot of this tax too.
And some cities still continue to say, no, they don't want that use tax, but thank you very much for that, thank you.
Are there any other questions for Mr. Mann? Next item,
Item 6, quarterly investment report,
I'll sit down.
2024.
Stay right here, so that doesn't. All right, we have our quarterly investment report, and there's, not much of an update here. Operational listings look very similar to what they did, when we talked 3 months ago, and that is, just a second, I get ahead of you.
I know. Man.
So, again, they look very similar to 3 months ago, and kind of reference, there's, some gray top there, those top three lines, those are 3-month CDs that keep rolling over and over. And you can see there that costs are quite a bit bigger. And then we have 12 lines that are in the white, and those are our traditional. Every month we have a CD at a roughly 250,000 that comes in, and that's our annual ladder. The grays at the bottom were purchased with more than a 1 year, so they're outside of the normal ladder and they're longer term. And you can see just a hair to the right. I know it takes a lot to get all the stuff done. So you see those rates that we get about. These were taking advantage of those rates in the over 5% range. We haven't seen those since the purchase date there in November. We do see them right now though. And that was, so it's even since I wrote this last week, looking forward, the 12 months will continue, and we'll continue those at the 12 month over and over and over. And then, as the 3-month ones at the top come, so every month we have about 2 million, 2.6 coming due. If the rates are favorable, we'll peel off some of those, a $250,000 chunk and go to the 2 and 3, 4, up to our 5-year term if we can get them. Right now, the 2-year rate is that, but you can see we don't have a maturity coming until May 7th. So we'll wait, hope the rates go, and then we may see a little bit of a change, and that's a little bit of a difference from when I had wrote this just last week.
What about one from 418?
418, I think has already passed.
Okay.
Right, so rates in 418 were not good, smooth came around, and then now the rates, the CD rates take a little bit longer than the treasury to kind of catch up. So there is one more thing as we look forward. I think if my proposal would be this, as we look at our budgeting, maybe we've seen in the last work session, there was a little struggles with kind of getting that deficit. If we take another 2 million and put it into another 3-month, or throw $1 million each to these and squeeze out a little bit more revenue levels. And if that would be the consensus. That money is sitting in idle cash right now. We would push it in and then manage our cash flow a little bit tighter in order to squeeze another. I think we can get another $100,000 in earnings. So if that's a consensus to be okay going forward, then that's what I'll put that thing into action in the next 2 weeks. I think we're going to need a lot of pennies.
You okay with it?
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The final note I'll have here, we do see at the very bottom of this, those construction bond proceeds at $770,000. Right there, that maturity, we were doing a month at a time, anticipating the retainage and the punch list being done for this building. We're all done, and I anticipate paying out that retainage and completing that project. So that account will be closed. We'll see that a closure on that. We'll see a closed account statement coming through next time. Never see it again. So good project. I think neighborhood of $225,000 in earnings that we got from those bond funds through that program there. So that's a good add to kind of cover the bills for here. So that's it.
When I asked for consensus, Sydney, I apologize, I didn't check with you. Are you in consensus with us too for Darren to make that move? Thumbs up?
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
Okay, next item.
Item
Thank you,
7,
Mr. Mann.
item 7, city council reports.
Okay, I'll start at the far end. Sure. Councilmember Knox, did you attend any meetings in the last?
The only thing I attended, and the mayor and pro tem were at the ribbon cutting at Old Bonham School. And I thought that was a very well presented event with the children there, with some of the parents and the teachers, and it was very well received.
Thank you. Chairman Pro Tem?
I concur. It was very nice to see the diversity of colors of nationalities that encompassed the auditorium that day. It is true that we are a very diverse community, and it was fun to hear young kids singing. I know you're a teacher, so you love hearing kids sing, but it was really a lovely event. My news really was that the Planning Community Design Commission had their meeting, and as noted, Ms. Carol Wagner is retiring. There was one home that was on the agenda that is going to be coming back to the Planning Community Design Commission. because the addition and how the design was not very palatable to the body, and they are working with the homeowner, they're working with the architect to see what could come about of maybe a better design as they want to continue adding to their home. Other than that, they did a brief little, what are the low-hanging fruit that could be for the language changes within our comp plan, and working with sustainability. The very, very beginning was just beginning to have in the document the same word. It is now our Olivet comp plan versus the former way that we would identify this as our, it's blanking on me. Strategic plan. It's not called the strategic plan. We now have it, it is identified that we market Olivet's comprehensive plan. So that's the low hanging fruit. They've got more that they're gonna work on and present and then bring back to the council. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember Clark? No, your home healing, Councilmember Carl.
I did not attend the EDC meeting this Monday because we have gone to alternate months. So,
Very good.
there was no meeting.
Very nice. Okay, I attended 2 meetings last week. The first one was on Tuesday, April 16th. It was with Housing Authority. We had a short meeting prior to an executive session. At that point, the executive director, Shannon Koenig, shared in February that HUD came in and did a review. And overall, there were very few things that they had to tweak on at our location. They also have started an anti-racism team building in February for their staff. They're investing in a lot of staff professional development, and their new website is up and running. And the new website is really for the residents that live there, and they're getting a lot of positive feedback. Anyone can go online to see it, but it's really to help the residents. As always, the Olivet Housing Authority is 100% occupied. Our places to live. And very sought after, and currently we were running a little bit under budget, but it will even out probably in the next couple months over the summer with the air conditioning going up and everything. And then they're doing the in-house work orders, and they said the work orders are low right now, but they're getting them, they had 17 last month, and they're getting them done in a day at 1.8 days. When it used to be if they did outsourcing, you could take up to a week or 10 days. And contractors are a little bit higher, but mainly it's been carport repairs and dealing with some of the trash pickup and things like that. And then we went into executive session. Are there any questions on housing?
No.
Okay, and then the other meeting I attended was last Wednesday night, April 17th. It was Parks and Recreation Commission. It opened with Kate Fishon-Hellman, who has started the Olivet Sustainability Advocacy. It is sustainability, Olivet Sustainability Advocacy, and it's OSA if you see those initials. And they're looking at environment, equity, and economy. It started in 2021 with 80 members from Olivet, Ladue, and Creve Coeur, and they're already up to 80 people in getting involved. They have a leadership team. So Susie Colhagen came with her, and she gave a really nice report about where they're going with it and some of the activities. They're doing a lot of partnering with Olivet and Bloom. They did a tremendous Olivet evening. They gave out 70 saplings, 55 went to residents. There are 15 trees left over, and they've already been planted in our parks, and over 30 people attended this event. On May 16th, they're doing a composting program. I jumped to May 16th, but this Friday night, I believe they're involved also with the Olivet and Bloom Native gardening program. They have a website, and all you need to do to get on their website is go to our website to look for their address, or to subscribe to their newsletter. They assisted with recycling at the Holy Festival, and they plan to do that again at Party in the Park. So they're a nice addition to our community. We also had a report from Patrick McGee. from Patrick Agnew, I can't say his name.
Patrick McGee.
McGee, okay, I did say it right. And a lot of what he shared with us, Jennifer has already shared with us. He recapped Holy Festival, the movie night was cold, the kids were out watching the movies, and the parents were in the car. And many people may not know, but that was actually, we partnered with a group from Ladue High School for putting that on. And then we had the utility assistance program with Ameren Spire and the Castle, and that was here. We have, as you leave tonight, you will be able to see the art exhibit by Marty Kohler. And next month it is going to be by The Arts is Healing, and the reception is on Friday, May 3rd. And they will be up, their artwork will be up for April and for May and June. We have limited spaces left for our camps. And then we just talked about some of the things going on at the parks. The bathrooms are open, the baseball fields have already received all that extra mud, so that there will be dirt, mud, but so that they will be more level this year, we won't have as much runoff. We also discussed some of the things being coordinated with Olivet and Bloom. The garage sale came to fruition, and we did have two people who recently left. We were sorry to see Marvin go from Five Oaks here.
Marvin left?
But he got a promotion, and he's in Bellefontaine neighborhoods now as a director. And also we have an opening for our maintenance supervisor.
Jim left.
So we've got some exciting programs coming up, and they're all on the website for Parks and Rec. So we wish them both well. Are there any questions about Parks and Rec? Okay, next item, please.
Item 8, hearing from citizens.
I have one card here, it's for Mr. Koenig. If you want to come up and stand at our imaginary podium. You know the routine.
I know the deal. Larry Koenig, 1131 Hilltop. I wanted to talk about the Balboa project, and I would like the city to require them to plant grass this year instead of the prairie look. It just looks horrible back there. And I think it's a big reason why the developer has not been able to sell the first house he redid. And he actually tore down the second one and put the lot up for sale because he wasn't going to build on it. And he's postponed the third one for at least a year and talked to the person living there. And it just looked bad, and the whole neighborhood complains about it. I don't know why they should be an exception to your ordinances as far as hiding grass and weeds and everything. If they're not going to build on it, then they can maintain it. Just as an aside, in New City, where they tore down a gas station on Wood McKnight and Olive, they've seeded that land and it's growing grass. And the other area where Buyers Lumber used to be, they're seeding, strawing that, and going to grow grass there. And I don't know why we shouldn't have the same thing behind our homes, because it just looks terrible. I mean, last year, that stuff was over 8 foot tall back there. It just looks a mess. Okay, that's
Thank
all I
you
have.
very much. Is there anyone else that wants to speak tonight? Okay. Next item, please.
Item number 9, council reorganization 2024-2025.
Okay. So we're gonna begin with, which I gotta change. It's a certification of April 2nd. And, I'd like to call on our deputy city clerk to city clerk to share the, certified election results.
The April 2nd, 2024 general municipal election, City of Olivet, Sydney Clark won a city manager seat, or council member seat, with 577 votes out of a total of $672 cast.
So at this time, I don't know if Sydney can see you. Do you want to come here to do? swear?
You'll need to accept
You need to accept
you need to accept certification, so we will have a motion.
Results.
I have
Certification.
Okay. I'd be happy to entertain a motion to accept the certification.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion, we accept the election results as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Call for the vote?
Councilmember Clark.
Absolutely.
Councilmember Knox.
Yes.
Councilmember Carl.
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Waldman.
Yes.
Mayor Weil.
Yes,
The motion is passed.
okay. Would you like to come forward and swear him in?
I'll stand where Darren stood.
Yes. So Jennifer's gonna stand so that the owl can see her and you'll do your right arm and be sworn in. Thank you.
Repeats after me, right? Or
Yeah, he repeats after you.
All right. I, Sydney Clark, do solemnly swear
I, Sidney Clark, do solemnly swear
that I possess all the qualifications
that I possess all of the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for a council member,
for a council member,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Missouri,
and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws of the state of Missouri,
the provision of all laws for the state of Missouri,
and the ordinances of the city of Olivet,
and the ordinance of the city of Olivet,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office.
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office.
Welcome back.
Good to be back.
Good to see you.
Is that
Good to be back.
Is that your wife clapping in the background?
That is the supervisor.
Supervisor. Oh, very nice. So next on the agenda, we will be doing what we call the changing of the guards. And I would like to share some reflections as the outgoing mayor before we proceed. As I complete 2 one-year terms, I think back at my pledge at the beginning of each to serve the city with dedication and pride. I promised to do so as we had a lot to accomplish and celebrate. I know my fellow council members join me in celebrating the many accomplishments of this past year that we worked together closely to achieve. In 2022-23, we truly focused on keeping one foot in front of the other as we move the city forward on our ongoing development, park renovations, and building of our new community center. As we began the 2023-24 year, the council had a lot to accomplish. One of our first tasks was to create a smooth transition within the administration and financial departments from Barb Sondag, our previous city manager, to Jennifer Yackley, our current city manager. This faced us with a 4-month interim between city managers. We lost Darren already? It's okay. Thankfully, Darren Mann, the finance director, not only stepped in as the interim city manager, but assisted the city in a smooth transition, both in administration and finance, with the multitude of projects that we were facing. Upon Ms. Yackley's arrival, she jumped in with 2 feet, was brought up to speed, and helped move us forward these past 9 months. We are grateful to you for your leadership and look forward to your continued guidance and development for years to come. Thank you, Ms. Yackley, for working hard, working hand in hand with all of us this year, and for taking my calls, sometimes multiple on a given day. You are truly appreciated. Did we get to hear you? We celebrated grand openings at our newly renovated parks and at 5 Oaks on Warson, our beautiful new community center. This building is truly a legacy to all of us as we were involved from its conception to its fruition. We worked hard to have a new facility for our community, and this is the achievement. And this is an achievement in which we all can be proud. Giving tours and sharing the building with so many events and residents fills me with great pride, and I'm sure it does all of you as well. Other highlights of this past year include the Olivet Police Department being awarded CALIA accreditation for the 2nd consecutive time. These professional standards and are beneficial to our entire community. The police department also purchased SWAT cameras, state-of-the-art public safety technology for our community, which allow us to monitor criminal activity. They also upgraded the speed recording signs through a grant so that you do not have to walk into the street to get around the trailers anymore. Our fire department organized and implemented a fun interactive fundraiser that offered community engagement, and it was so successful that another bullathon is planned for in just 3 weeks on Friday, May 10th at Olivet Lanes. They have also gotten involved with the APA this year and have hosted not only foster dogs on a regular basis, but an adoption day. Both our fire and police department are always looking for opportunities to improve the quality of life in our community. Thank you. We have had an increase in our residents utilizing social media between this week and Olivet, which is emailed each Monday to our Facebook, to our community, to our Facebook page and our Instagram. However, I know everyone still enjoys their snail mail newsletter. We're always striving to broaden the ways in which we communicate with our residents, and the most recent mailing was the new activity guides from Parks and Recreation, and a lot of events that are happening right here at Five Oaks. Public Works is seen all over the city on a daily working diligently. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that our Olivet's own Bruce McGregor was named the 2023 Public Works Leader of the Year by the Missouri chapter of the APWA, honoring a person for their excellence and dedication in the public sector of the public works profession. Another recent award was from the St. Louis chapter of America's Society Landscape Architect. This merit award was for the new renovations and landscaping at Villa Park. I would like to acknowledge all of the department heads this evening, from the police department, Chief Beth Landreski, the fire department, Chief Steve Carmen, Human Resources Administrator Dawn Cole, Director of Communications Kiana Fleming, Director of Finance Darren Mann, Director of Public Works Bruce McGregor, Courts Administrator Sam Runser, and that's why we're here tonight, because they're in court over there. Director of Planning and Community Development Carlos Trejo, Director of Parks and Recreation Beverly Tucker Knight, and our City Attorney Paul Martin. I would also like to recognize Jennifer Conrad like to add you to this acknowledgement. As you joined us in the city as a city clerk, or I learned tonight that deputy city clerk, towards the end of the summer. She attends all of our meetings and keeps all of our records and agendas in order. And sometimes you have to hurt us as well. It is important for our constituents to know that our city council is comprised of 5 dedicated individuals, each with their own voice, that want what is best for the city of Olivet and for our residents. We have robust conversations, listen to one another, and weigh our options. Each of us has a passion or area that we want to make a difference in for this city. I'd like to personally thank Missy Waldman, Chairman Pro Tem, Greg Carl, Cindy Clark, Rick Knox. We truly complement one another. I am fortunate to have my husband and sister here tonight. Thank you, Rourke and Maureen, for your continued support. And of course, a shout out to my friends who are here in person online. The city of Olivet has 120 employees, 10 department heads, 43 commissioners, and 5 council members. So the phrase that it takes a village is quite appropriate, especially since at one point in its history, the city of Olivet was referred to as a country village. This is our Olivet Chronicle of a Country Village Chronicle. So when we use the term, it takes a village, it's actually appropriate. So our community is stronger because of these hardworking individuals and because of our residents who give of themselves so that Olivet continues to see us as a strong, progressive community. The strength and commitment of this village will ensure that we will always be in the center of it all. Thank you. So next on the reorganization, we will be taking, I will take nominations from the council members for a new mayor.
And Mayor, I nominate Missy.
Louder.
Madam Mayor, I nominate Jesse Wallman as mayor.
Okay.
Second,
Are there any other nominations tonight? Okay, we just need a yay, an affirmative vote. So all in favor?
Aye.
aye.
And, we don't do an opposing, so congratulations, Missy. So now, Missy, you'll go forward with Jennifer Conrad, our deputy city clerk.
Jeez, don't so move up these ballots. Whatever you want.
I don't know.
I think, so we want to be able to see Missy.
Then you're the last.
All right.
Yeah,
I, Nancy Wallen,
I, Lucy Wallman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess all the qualifications
that I possess all the qualifications
prescribed by law for the office of mayor,
prescribed by law for the office of mayor,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Missouri,
and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws of the state of Missouri affecting cities,
the provision of all laws of the state of Missouri affecting cities,
and the ordinances of the city of Olivet,
and the ordinances of the city of Olivet,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office.
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of this office.
So. Missy now will, Jennifer, Missy now takes over for the election of the chairman.
Okay. Before I go to the election of the chairman pro tem, I do want to say that was lovely remarks. Very true, very much solid. We're a solid group and we've got a lot of things done and we couldn't do it without staff, without volunteers. So I thought it was beautiful. And I whispered in her ear, her nails are beautiful. Who did her nails? Okay. All right, next on the item here is the nominating for a mayor pro tem. Do I have any nominations for our mayor pro tem?
I'd like to nominate Rick Knox.
Second.
Nominated and seconded for, here it says chairman pro tem for Councilmember Rick Knox. Do I have affirmative from everybody?
Yes.
Yes. Is it all in favor? Yes, there's a thumbs up over there.
Sydney's got a thumbs up. All right, with that acknowledgement. Welcome. Mayor pro tem, I look forward to working with you. And now you are sworn in by Jennifer. Ooh.
I, Rick Knox,
I, Rick Knox,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess all the qualifications
that I possess all the qualifications
prescribed by law for the office of chairman pro tem,
prescribed by law for the office of pro tem,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Missouri,
and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws of the state of Missouri affecting cities,
provisions of all laws
of the state of Missouri affecting cities,
of the state of Missouri affecting cities,
and the ordinances of the city of Olivet,
and the ordinances of the city of Olivet,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office.
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office.
We gotta change that thing.
We can take care of that. Mayor Maxine had asked for a gift that is a little Nook library that will be in one of the rooms here in Five Oaks. And I don't know whether it has
It's here.
arrived.
It has arrived.
So
I
we're
just
all going
asked that
to
there
see.
That something be left here instead of a gavel to take home. Oh, wow.
Right, so it's a bookcase shaped like a tree, it's gonna go on the playground. And I think the mayor was a new addition to the books.
Well, since there's no secrets in the city and I was told what the gift would be, I went out and bought one of my favorite children's books. Called Chicka Boom Boom, and it goes up a coconut tree. It's about, so I would like to contribute that to our new bookshelf.
There you go.
Very cool.
And I believe this is gonna go in the indoor play.
The vicinity, we're still figuring it out.
Yeah. Very.
But it is inscribed. Books are uniquely portable magic. Maxine chose that, quote, oddly enough by Stephen King. And then it says, in recognition of Mayor Maxine Wild's leadership, 2022 to 2024.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
That is beautiful. That was very beautiful. Yeah. Go ahead and tear up a little bit. It is beautiful. Go ahead. George, you're good. Next on our agenda, we have hearing from citizens, part 2. Is there
So
any?
I'm sorry, you have to.
Oh, I'm sorry. We gotta go. All right,
And
yeah, right.
some council liaison.
We have to, deal with
And
the,
newspaper.
with the election of city treasurer as well.
Yeah, why don't you do that first?
So right now, the city council, our city treasurer is, Mr. Mike Ferguson. He has been our treasurer for quite some time, and pursuant to our charter at section 4.4, we need to appoint a city treasurer. I will gladly entertain a motion to appoint Mr. Ferguson again for the 24-25 term.
So moved.
That's second.
Second,
Moved and seconded, to appoint Mike Ferguson as our city treasurer for 24-25. Do we need to vote?
Yep.
Okay, please poll the council.
Councilmember Clark? Okay.
Yes.
Councilmember Carl?
Yes.
Councilmember Weil?
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Knox?
yes,
Mayor Waldman?
Yes,
The motion is passed.
very good. The next item is the council liaison appointments. Council members will select boards and or commissions on which they would like to serve as a liaison. At this point in time, Parks and Rec Commission that has been, I almost said Mayor, yeah, Maxine Weil, Councilmember Weil. Would you like to continue in that capacity?
Yes, please.
Okay, next is the Economic Development Commission, and that has been yours, Councilmember Carl. Would you like to continue with that?
Well, I was, offered to, if somebody else wanted to.
All right, very good. I'll come back to that. Zoning Board of Appeals. Mr. Clark, I had spoken to you about the Zoning Board of Appeals. Is that
I would
something that
accept.
you will accept that? Okay. And back to the Economic Development Commission, Mayor Pro Tem, I'd spoken to you, and that is something that you are interested in. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay. And the pension board, Councilmember Carl, you're sticking with that one. We need you to stick with that one. Housing Authority is always whoever the mayor is in the term, so that will be me. And with Planning Community Design Commission, I would like to remain as the liaison to that board. So what I'm showing here is Parks and Rec, Councilmember Weil, Economic Development, Mayor Pro Tem Knox, Zoning Board of Appeals, Councilmember Sidney Clark, Pension Board, Councilmember Greg Carl, Housing Authority, Mayor Waldman, Planning Community Design, Mayor Waldman. Are we all in agreement with regards to those council liaison appointments?
Yes.
Yes, we do. Do we need to vote on this? Okay, we're all in agreement? Okay, very good. Do we need to identify who may be an alternate, or we'll just work on that ourselves in a workshop?
I think you can do that as needed. Or you can do it as a workshop, either one.
Okay. So let's speak up. Anybody want to be an alternate to any particular board? Let me hear you now.
I know we talked about my working on.
Right, you'll continue on the housing, okay?
I'll take it back up to EDC since I'm.
Backup EDC, okay?
think in the past, Councilmember Clark has been the backup for Parks.
Okay,
You still do that on Wednesdays?
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
okay. All righty, and, for Planning Community Design Commission, anybody want to be my backup?
Oh,
Okay, and in all honesty,
I think we just,
we all are really backups from time to time, depending upon who's doing what.
I mean, I've just been on both of those commissions. So
Yeah, okay, all right, so we'll move forward now with designating the official newspaper. In the past, the city council's made a motion naming the Countian as their official newspaper. Do we, can I get a motion to name the Countian as the official newspaper for the city of Olivet for 24-25?
Madam Mayor, I make a motion that we, designate the St. Louis, what is it?
It used to be the St. Louis County, it's just not called the Countian.
The county, as our publication site for 24-25 year.
Second.
All right, those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, that this, the Countian is the official newspaper for the city of Olivet for 2024-2025. That is the conclusion of the council reorganization of 2024-25. The next item on the agenda is hearing from citizens, but before well, it's hearing from citizens, I'll say before I start that, does anybody here want to speak? So we're in hearing from citizens, if anybody would like to come up and speak. Anybody online? Okay, we will move on to the review and acceptance of minutes. Again, Mr. Martin reminds us it's an acceptance of the minutes. I saw nothing wrong in the minutes. So do I have a motion to accept the council minutes of 3/20?
Motion, we accept the minutes, council minutes from March 26th, 2024, and the work session minutes from April 2nd, 2024, as written.
Second?
Moved and seconded to accept the minutes. Please poll the council.
Councilmember Clark,
Yes,
Councilmember Carl,
Yes.
Councilmember Wild,
Yes.
Chairman Pro Tem Knox,
Yes.
Mayor Waldman,
Yes.
motion is passed.
All right, thank you very much. Item number 12, that is city attorney's report, Mr. Martin.
Madam Mayor, I have nothing. No need for closed session.
All right, and with that,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
adjourned.
Okay, that's good.
Ooh. Safe flight.
Sleep tight, safe flight.
Safe flight.